What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, let's continue our discussion about our sanitary piping modeling. Okay, so in this model, so after we have learned how to copy monitor our plumbing fixtures that we got from the architectural project, so in this practice, we are going to create a run of slope piping for our sanitary system, and then we will be correcting the view range in our plan view so that all the slope piping displays. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change first the name of my view here, like on my plumbing for the floor plan. So it says here ground floor plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to right click this, and then all right, so maybe I'm not going to change it, so I'll just leave it as it is. I'll just use the ground floor sanitary plan since that is the one that we are going to do. So the piping that we will be doing, we're going to be starting here in this area. So as you can see in this exercise file, so all the fittings, some of the pipings are already created. So if I'm going to go ahead and select this one and then select the selection box tool, so as you can see, there's already a ready piping that is already created in this exercise file. So there's already our trap, and then there's a pipe, and then we have some pipes here that connects this to plumbing fixture, which is not difficult to do. So it's really simple to do this one. If you've been watching all my videos for the plumbing and sanitary, you should be able now to do this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pipe here, and then we're going to slope it. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select the systems here, and then I'm going to go ahead and select the pipe. So if you are using a work set, so make sure before you create any model, make sure you select first the correct work set in your project before you create. But don't worry, in this exercise, we don't have any work set. So I'm just telling you a good practice whenever you do your modeling. So make sure you are on the correct work set. So now on my Systems tab, I'm going to select the pipe here, and then after that I'm going to slope it down. So let's say I want my pipe to be sloped down going to this side here. So it will go down all the way here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is from the slope piping, so I'm going to select the slope down here. Okay, so in this exercise, we're going to learn how to create a run of slope piping for our sanitary system. So I'm going to select here slope down. So this is the tool that you will be selecting, or the option that you will be selecting. And then after that, let us specify the value. Okay, so for this one, I'm just gonna use this 1/2 inch per 12 inches or 1 foot. Okay, so I'm going to use that slope value, and then I'm gonna change the diameter here. Instead of 6 inches, I'm just gonna change that to 3 inches. Okay, and then for the middle elevation, so I want to create my pipe below, so I'm gonna make this negative value. So let's say I'm gonna type minus 1 foot. Okay, and then enter. Okay, so automatically the Revit will convert that to metric since the units that I have here in this project is set to millimeters. Okay, so if you want to change the units of your project, you can just go to the units and then select their millimeters. Okay, but anyway, so after you change the middle elevation and then the diameter, the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to change the type, or I'm going to make sure that PVC is selected as the type of the pipe that I will be creating. Okay, there you go. And then make sure that the system type that you will be doing here is set to sanitary since we are doing sanitary. Okay, so you can click the drop down arrow and then you can see the other system type here that you can use when creating your model or your piping. Okay, so in our case, I'm going to select here sanitary. Okay, so the reason why we need to set our system type is because you are drawing a pipe that is not connected to any plumbing fixture. Okay, that is one reason. Okay, now I'm going to draw the pipe down. Right, so gonna start. So maybe I'm going to start here. Okay, I'm going to peak, and then after that I'm going to peak all the way here, and then going down here. Okay, there you go, and then I select here modify. Right. Okay, so just in case you encounter an error saying that some of the pipe is not appearing properly, you can just modify the view range. Okay, so if I'm going to check the view range here, so I'm gonna type VR. You can type VR for view range, or you can go to the properties and then you can look for the view range. Just click that one, and then after that you can just change the value here. As you can see, the bottom here and then the level is set to unlimited. That's why I was able to see now the pipe here. But if this is set to, let's say, associated level ground floor, same with the view depth, say it's a ground floor as well, and then let's say I change that to 0 and then I change that to 0. So what will happen is if I select this apply and then okay, you will notice that all the pipes here that is below your current level, which is our 0 ground floor, you will not be able to see that. So just in case you encounter this kind of stuff, okay, so what you need to do is you just need to modify the view range. Okay, you can't see it here on the floor plan, but actually if you go to the 3D view, you go to the 3D view and let me just expand this. Okay, you just expand, select that one, go to the 3D view, pull it down. Okay, so the pipe is actually there, right? It just so happened in our 3D view, our view range there is not set properly. That's why we can't see it here. So one good way of checking out the height of the view range on our, let me just show you again the view range. So one way of knowing what will gonna be the view depth level and then the bottom is that you can create a section here, or you can just go to the elevation. Okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a section here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create one here, create from here to here. Now let me just adjust this, and then let me open this, and then go to view. There you go. Okay, so let me just change the detail level here to fine so that my pipe here will shows us double line. So I select fine, and then there's my pipe. Okay, so you can measure from here if you want to put an exact value on the view range. So you can put, you can measure it, like for example, measure between two references. So this is the lowest. So let's say I'm gonna pick from here, and I'm gonna pick from here. So this is now the view range, right? So if our view range is just like here on our ground floor, we will not be able to see this pipe below. So make sure our view range here, the bottom level, the depth, gonna be somewhere in this value like 550 or 600. Okay? So now that you know the value of the level wherein you will be able to see the pipe, so you can now go back to the ground floor plan. Okay, and then you just go back again to your view range, and then you can now change here the value. Okay, so what you can do is you can change the view depth level. So what is this view depth level? So you can select the show here. This is very useful because you'll be able to understand what is this that they are talking about. So what is this view depth? So the view depth will gonna be from your primary range bottom, this one, primary range bottom, going down here. That will gonna be your view depth. So this is the uh, value that we need to modify. So we need to make this one lower because currently it is sitting on the current level without an offset. That's why we are not able to see the pipe below. So that's why you need to specify here a negative value. So I'm going to type here minus, let's say 600, and then I select here OK. And there you go. So you are now able to see the pipe here. Okay. Right. So now that we have set, or now that we have understand how the view range works, so the next thing that we are gonna do is I'm going to change here I'm going to connect. Sorry. So now that we have set up properly now our pipe here. Okay, so if you click the pipe, you will now notice that there's the slope. So it's going down to this direction here. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is, if I go again to the 3D view, so we are now going to connect our pipes here. Okay, so how are we going to connect this? So how are we going to connect? So what we can do is, we can create, or we can place here a fitting. Okay, we can place there a fitting. So let me go to the ground floor sanitary plan again to finish up this exercise. Okay, so let us go to the Systems tab, and then let's look for pipe fitting. Okay, so I'm going to select the pipe fitting, and then let's look here on our type. So you have lots of type here for the fitting. So what I'm going to use here is, let's look for, what's this? I'm looking for it. Okay, so this one. Okay, so not that one. Okay. Mm, this one, T double sanitary. So might be. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna use this Y 45 degree double. Okay, so I'm going to select that one. I click that. Alright, and then after that, I'm now going to move it now here on my pipe here. As you can see, automatically it reads your pipe here. Okay, so make sure the direction is correct. So in my case, the direction is correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it one here, and then I go ahead and select modify. So if I check this one in the 3D view, so I select that, and then let's go to the selection box. So this is now how it looks like. Oops, there you go. There you go. Okay, so we are now going to connect that to the pipe here. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so how to do this piping. So what you can do is, you can use that pipe here. There's the vertical pipe here, right? This one. Oops, this one here. So I'm going to create a pipe in this 3D view. So I'm going to click that, and then right click. Let's create a pipe. Okay, so let's create a pipe, and then after that, let's create a 45 degrees here. So make sure there's a slope, by the way, so you can make sure that the slope is going down again. Let us just use same slope here. Okay, and then make sure it's 45. Okay, just create a small segment like that. Okay, and then same with the other one here. So let's click that, right click, draw pipe. Okay, so let's create one here, 45 degrees, slope down. All right, so just create like that. There you go. Okay, so now the next thing that we are gonna do is, so how about I'm going to create a pipe here as well, so I can align that pipe there. Or let's try to go to the floor plan and let's see if we can align this pipe here. I'm gonna use the align tool. So where's my align tool? This one. So I'm going to select this one as my alignment point, and then let me see if I can select this one. Okay, so let me try this point here. Oh, something wrong. Okay, so it's not correct. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to do it here in the plan view instead of using the align. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this. let's create a pipe here, and then let's draw a pipe. Okay, so make sure this one is sloping up. Okay, so make sure it's sloping up. So let's click that one. Let's create a short segment that we will be using as our guide to align, and then select modify. So next one is let's try to align now. So let's use the align tool. Let's click the midpoint or the center line, and then let's click this one. Alright, so there you go. So it's now aligned. So let's check this out in our 3D view. There you go. Okay, so I'll just need to delete this one. Okay, and then okay. So they are now aligned here. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm gonna do is, so from here, I'm gonna click that. I'll just do it here in the 3D view. Again, you can do it here as well in the plan view. But in my case, I'll just do it here in the 3D view. I'm giving you some options to think about. So I can just draw it here, right click, draw pipe. Okay, so make sure this is slope up. Okay, and then just create a short line here. There you go. Right, and then after that, I'm just going to align this pipe here. So I use the align tool, hover your pointer, and then you just tab. Make sure it's now selecting the center line, and then click, and then let us now hover our pointer to this pipe, press tab, tab again. Alright, there you go. It now highlights the center line, then just click. So they are now aligned properly. So what I'm gonna do here is okay. So I'm going to select that pipe there, that small pipe. So maybe I can just do like this. There you go. And then I click this one, just delete. Okay. Okay, so it's now deleted. So I can now trim this. So I can use here trim extend to corner. Let's click that one. Let's pick this one. They are already aligned, so it should be okay now. There you go. Okay. So same procedure with this one here. So let's create a short pipe. Right click, draw pipe. Okay, make sure this is going up, slope up. Just create a short segment, 135 degrees. There you go. And then let's use the align tool. Align, hover, tab, click, and then hover. There's the center line, so I am now going to click that. There you go. And then I'll just delete this one. Delete, delete, and then trim, extend to corner. Click, click, click. There you go. So it's now connected properly. Right? Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is, since they are just the same, so I'm just going to copy that. Okay, so I'm just going to copy. So maybe on the 3D view, I'm going to go selecting this pipe, and then this pipe here. Make sure you are holding your control key when selecting an element to add an element to that selection. Okay, so again, you click one element, hold control, and then you select the element that you want to be added to the selection. So now that you have selected, so let's go now to the floor plan. Okay, let's copy this. So I'll just use copy. Alright, and then so I'll just use this as my reference here. Okay, so I click that as my reference, and then I'm gonna place it here. There you go. Right, and then let's check this in the 3D view. So while these elements are still selected, so let's go to the selection box. There you go. So as you can see, it's not aligned in this pipe here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to align it. Okay, just use the align tool. So select. This is our reference here, this pipe. So press tab to highlight the center line. Click, and then this pipe, this fitting here. Press tab. Okay, so it's not highlighting. Okay, so how about the center point there? So I click that point. There you go. Now they are not properly connected. So although it looks like they are now already aligned, but this fitting is not properly connected to this pipe here. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the floor plan. You click this pipe here, then just drag that and then connect that to that connector there. Click. There you go. And 3D view. So this is now how it looks like. Okay. All right. So this is now the slope is now correct going up. So let us now use trim, extend to corner again. 1, 2. Okay, so it looks like they are not aligned because it's not snapping or it's not aligning when I trim it. Click, click. All right, so if this is the case, so what I'm going to do is, again, same procedure. For this one, just create a small pipe, 45 degrees. This time it should be going down, slope down. Just create a short pipe. We will be using that as our aligning point. So same with this. So you click that in case they are not aligned. Slope, draw pipe, 45 degrees. Make sure it's sloped down. There you go, 45 degrees. Alright, so let us now use the align tool. So I'm going to use this as my reference. So I'm going to type, or I'm going to select the align tool. So hover your pointer, press tab, click, and then you click now this pipe. There you go. So they are now aligned. So same with this one here. So hover your pointer, press tab, click, and then click. There you go. So it's now aligned. So I'll just delete this one. I don't need that. I don't need that anymore. Click, delete, delete, and then let's trim, extend to corner. So pick this one, and then there you go. So they're now connected properly. Now for this fitting here, so I'm just going to create or I'm just going to cap end this one. So just click this one. Let's select cap open ends. There you go. So it's now capped. So in 3D view, this is now how it looks like. There you go. Okay. So we now have a sloping pipe here. So it's now correct, right? Okay, so how about this one here? Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to click this, select selection box. Let's check this one out. Okay, so it looks funny here. Okay, the fitting there looks funny. Okay, so it's not connecting properly. Okay. Looks funny here. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'll just delete this one then. Delete, delete, and then just trim this, trim extend corner to connect. And then let's use trim extend single element tool. So click that one and then click this. So it really likes that. Okay, so I'll just click this fitting here. Click that and then check out the offset width and height here. So for this one, so how about I change this to 20, 20, and then this one is 20 as well. So let's see. Okay, there you go. But the problem is it's not aligned here anymore. Now, another tip or technique of modeling. So as you can see, they are not aligned here anymore, right? So what I'm going to do is, okay, another tip and tricks in modeling a pipe. So what are you going to do here? So you can use move, right? You can go to the top view and then you can just move this pipe here until it aligns or hit that center line when you move. Okay, so another way is you can go to the floor plan actually, and then you can use a move tool here. So select that one. So Let's move that. All right. All right, there you go. Move, and then to the center line of the pipe. So here's the problem. It's difficult to select. Okay, there you go. All right, so let's see if it is now aligning there. There you go. Then let's try to connect this. So trim extend single element. So you click. Okay, so they are not aligned. Okay, so they are not aligned. So what I'm gonna do here is, so I'm just going to create a pipe here. Right click, draw pipe, slope down. Okay, so I'll just create a short one, and then I'll be using this to align. Okay, so how to use this? So let's go to the floor plan again. Okay, so as you can see, there's the short line. So I'm gonna use the align. I'm going to use the big pipe. Click that, and then I'm gonna use this one. This is now the short pipe. So hover, and then click when you see the center line. There you go. So they are now aligned, right? So in the 3D view, so I'm now going to delete this pipe here, delete that, and then I can now use trim single element. So click, let's see, there you go. Okay, so just disconnect that. Don't worry, it's okay. So what we are gonna do there is 3D view, okay, 3D view, select the section box, go to the plan view. So it should be like this. So in 3D view, there you go. So the direction should be here. So the slope should be going down. That's correct. So to make sure that the connection is good, hover your pointer and then press tab. So when you see it highlights, the connection is good. Oh, okay. So we have a problem here. So I think we can't do this way of modeling, but okay. So how am I going to do this one? So I click this, delete, let's fix that, let's fix this. Okay, so I'm going to create, connect this one, this pipe here. So let's trim that. So, okay, so they are not aligned. Okay, it's really difficult. Okay, but let us think of other way. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, how about I'm going to create pipe here. Oops, sorry. Click this. Let's create a pipe. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create a pipe that's going down. So I'm gonna change the offset here. So how about 100 so that it will go down. There you go, and then mod apply. Apply. Okay, oops, doesn't show. Draw pipe. Okay, so 100. There you go. There's the pipe. So I'm going to align this pipe here. So align tool. Oops. Okay, how about I'll just create a pipe here. Okay, and then I'm going to align this pipe to this pipe here. So align. Okay, so we are exploring a lot of ways to do your piping modeling. There you go. So they're now aligned. Delete this, delete. Okay, so let's now see if they are going to connect. So let's trim this. Okay, piping is really interesting. There you go. So they are now connected. So let's see to this side here. Okay, so I'm gonna click that plus sign to create a connection there. So click, make a pipe. Okay, for this one, I'm not going to apply any slope. So I just select the close slope off. And then let's try to connect this here. There you go. Okay, so click that, drag, tab, and then click. There you go. So let's see the connection now. Okay, so the connection is now working properly. As you can see, the piping is really interesting because you'll be able to think a lot of ways to do the piping. You can actually create another pipe here, just a short pipe, and then you can, what you can do is you can turn this, you can rotate this. So there's a lot of way to do your piping modeling, but this is just one way, okay? This is just one way. If you have other preference on how to do your modeling, just like this one here, okay? So you can do that way. You can also do this way here, okay? So basically, this is how you create your piping for your sanitary, okay? Especially in this video, we have learned how to create a slope piping, change the view range, and then learn some techniques in modeling. By doing modeling in floor plan, you can also do that in 3D view. You can also use your section for you to be able to see your piping here if it is run correctly. Okay, so you can type WT by the way if you want to see your floor plan while you are working on your 3D view. Okay, right, there you go. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this video, guys. If you have any comments, if you want to have the exercise file, just put a comment in this video, put your email address, and then I'll be sending you this exercise file. So this one is from the public website of the Autodesk. You can go also to the Autodesk so you can download the exercise, but if you do not want to trouble yourself by going to the website, so you can just put your email here and then I'll be sending you the exercise file directly. Alright, so thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.